to say a few things. Firstly, the perception that parents have of Catholic schools was kind of tarnished, I would say, in the last 10 or 15 years, when it was seen that they were going for the same academic excellence and Catholic ethos and so on was not a high priority. So for many parents, choosing a Catholic school was not going to make much difference in their opinion. In some cases, they say it just to justify their choice. But in some cases, it is due to perception. This negative perception, which is one of the agendas that ACCS has to change, to change this perception. So I was very interested, for example, to hear that there's a school going to Woodlands Library tomorrow to perform something. Is it your school?
Yes.
Going tomorrow. But we would like to know about that. We would like to know all the good things your Catholic schools are doing. We would like, one of your teachers mentioned it, or your photographer mentioned it. Going to take pictures. You see, so we would like to know these things. We would like to keep highlighting Catholic schools in every issue of the Catholic news to change the perception slowly. So give us a chance, call us. Don is there full time, waiting for your phone call, twiddling his thumbs, nothing else. Yeah, okay. So that's one thing about perception of Catholic schools. The other thing is, the Archbishop has actually written a pastoral letter some years ago inviting Catholic parents to send their children to Catholic schools. This has been thrown in our face ad nauseum by parents who can't get their children into the Catholic schools of their choice, So we are a little bit hesitant to keep recruiting from the pulpit or saying go to Catholic schools, and then they go and they find themselves in phase Z, So very difficult for us to keep promoting this thing for entering Catholic schools. Nonetheless, I think it's a partnership work that the schools have to do with the parishes. And with that in mind, actually the ACCS is planning to have road shows that we invite principals from a nearby area to the parish, and we organize the road show for you, and we give you a chance, if you wish, to have a slot to speak during the masses, as many masses as the principals want. So the first roadshow is planned in August, but we're looking at the dates and the timing of these things. Okay, so that's from the point of view of some of your comments. But the earlier presentations, your role that you aspire to in the Catholic community was strong, nurturing the faith of the young, making sure that when they go out into the world, they continue with their God-centered values. I think it's important that when we say that, we are not speaking only of the Catholics in our Catholic schools. We are speaking of the whole student body must have this spirituality that will see them through life. So that is our work also in the Catholic community and in society. Could I see a show of hands? How many of you here have to do with religious education in the school? RE coordinators. Yeah, you see, we have a very good, strong number of RE coordinators here, which is one reason why in your presentations, the focus was very heavily on Catholic students being whatever it is in church or in society. I think it's very important because the question was our Catholic schools together. What role will we have in what do we want to have in church as a whole community, as a diocese, and in the society as a whole? Can we, for example, aspire that our graduates will enter politics? Can we say that? I mean, can we aspire intentionally in our schools to produce good politicians? That's what we want to hear.
Leaders with strong.
Yes. One group said leaders, and another group spoke of effective leadership. Yes. But what I'm trying to say is the emphasis you were giving didn't have, I felt, didn't have the kind of ambition in it. It was quite small, your aspiration, quite low-key, very humble. You know, we need to really aspire to be more impactful in society. Can we produce, you know, more people like Muhammad Yunus, like, you know who's Muhammad Yunus, by the way? The Nobel laureate whose Grameen Bank in Bangladesh is changing poverty, the poverty situation in Bangladesh. Can we produce, you know, more, who? Shall we say some names? Everybody, all the names went out of my head. But really, you know, can we think of our schools, look at our students and say, you know, all of these people will transform society. In 2 generations, society will be like this. Dream higher dreams. Get excited about the aspirations. You know, I feel that we need to excite our students and get excited ourselves and dream higher dreams for society. Our faith demands this of us, you know, a transformation of the world, to be given back to God, transformed. So let's think those kind of higher thoughts, stronger thoughts, and communicate them in our assemblies, in our religious education, in our character education, you know, inspire them with thoughts that they can be some great contributor in society, whatever that might be. And, you know, we don't only need entrepreneurs who know how to make money. A lot of our projects have that kind of flavor, but we do need people who know how to transform, change poverty, bring, you know, greater justice to society. Okay, I'm not going to preach anymore. The day is long enough, so we shall bring this to an end. All right. As I said earlier, this is actually part of a much bigger process. And we hope by somewhere around the middle of next year, when we've met all the different school clusters and we've processed quite a lot of material, that we can really articulate a common vision which all the Catholic schools can buy into. We hope and pray that the process itself is important and that we can all continue the reflection back in our schools with our colleagues and with our other leaders and so on, so that this kind of growth and renewal, the Spirit can really enter and start to stir new thoughts and new ways of doing things in our schools. And I highly recommend that you come to the next Communio, which is on the environment. And it's so important, the environment, we don't know which school to choose it. Or rather, we are waiting for a school to invite us. Because you know, the Communios are all at the invitation of schools normally. So we're already looking for next year's schools and topics. And we'd love to hear from you if you have ideas of what you would like to exchange on, what you would like to talk about next year. Right? We've been collecting ideas at all our previous Communios. We probably collect some more next Communio, not today. And we'd love to hear from you on that. But do continue this reflection on our common purpose, our core purpose. You know, what is it that only Catholic schools can be, can do, that nobody else in Singapore can do or can be? You know, that we have to do, not all the other stuff.